What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be covering my add-ons and interface for a minimalistic Blizz-like UI that I use for mostly Arena, but honestly I use this UI for everything I do in game, but it is from an Arena player perspective. I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's hop straight into it. Alright, to start off here I'd like to run through the interface options fairly quickly. Basically I like to use for combat, I like to keep target of target on, which is like under my target here. I'll have an extra target. Do not flash screen at low health. I don't really like that. It's really distracting. And I'm not a fan of loss of control alerts. Now it is really good, and a lot of people do like this. There's nothing wrong with using it. It's just when they introduced it, I wasn't a big fan. Didn't want it on, so I got rid of that. I think for display, I like to use numeric value. You can use percentage or both now, even, which since BFA, which is really nice. But personally, I like numeric value. It does, in my opinion, it kind of provides more information, but you do lose out on that percentage. I kind of wish that I liked percent better. You can see execute range a little bit better and stuff like that. Pick your favorite. No, there's not really one that's better than the other in my opinion, but it's just preference. For action bars, I have everything closed except for the main two. I only have bottom left open. Now I do have stuff on those bars, but they're hidden. So you can keybind stuff to these bars, and then you can later turn it off just like this, and then you said okay, it's good to go. I also keep my action bar locked so that I can't accidentally drag stuff off, which doesn't really impact me because I don't click abilities. But I mean, you could be going to click a target or something, and you could have your mouse in the wrong spot. You could drag an ability off. That would be really, really unfortunate. So keep them locked. It's pretty good. If you need to drag something, then you just hit shift, whatever. As far as names go, I just have like enemies on. I don't have my own name on. You don't need that. I know some people have titles and stuff they like to show off, and it's cool to see your own name sometimes, but for the most part I have my own name turned off. Just keep this screen clutter to a minimum. And then for camera, I have never adjust camera on so that you know, you could be like kiting away from somebody and you can look back and you can like switch target and it won't just flip around on you. It's really, really useful. It's weird to get used to for new players, but I really, really recommend that. And then for raid profiles for my party, I like to use like the raid style frames instead of the other ones. I crank them so they're bigger, and then I put health remaining on, and I also prefer to have the resource on as well. I think it's useful to see your healers and stuff like that, mana, other than them communicating that. I know some people like to just keep that off, but I feel like it's useful to have. And then I think that's pretty much all for the interface options that really matter. Okay, we'll hop straight into add-ons here now. Alright, so for the first thing you might have noticed with my UI is that I don't have the GRYPHONS on the side of my action bar. That's pretty cool. I like to get rid of that because it frees up just a little bit more that you can see. I mean, they don't really do anything. They don't look that great in my opinion either. They're really old school. So I have an add-on. It's called a GG Stripper. All of the names of these add-ons will be listed in the description below. Unfortunately, I won't be providing download links, but it is very easy to download them through the Twitch client or just searching them on Curse. Alright, the next couple add-ons I want to talk about here is really important for arenas in my opinion. I don't like to use Gladius, and it's just a personal preference thing. You guys can use Gladius if you like it instead of the Blizzard Arena frames, but I like S-Arena as it provides a improved version of the Blizzard UI frames or whatever. I actually turn off the DRs for S-Arena, and instead I like to use the Diminish DRs, and the reason I do that is just to keep things consistent. It's just if you look here, let's see if we can do test mode on this as well at the same time. Toggle test mode, you guys can see in Arena that party member, or like Arena 1, 2, and 3, they'll have their DRs all right here. Very neatly placed. The reason I turned off the DRs on S-Arena is just to keep things consistent. So I have all DRs showing from one add-on instead of them potentially, they shouldn't conflict with each other, but it just keeps the theme the same. I really like to, the way I have it set up is pretty clean in my opinion too. It doesn't really get in the way. There's not a whole lot going on screen. There's a lot of blank space on my screen so I can clearly look around and see everything that's going on within the game. And the reason for moving my health bars in on top of that is that it's just good to have like the edges of your screen clear, in my opinion, so you can see around, rather than having everything to the outside and then you're kind of just trapped in the middle of your screen. I think it's better to kind of do it this way. It's also so you don't got to look so far off to see like your HP and stuff like that, because we don't have, or at least I don't have combat text turned on, so I have all that clutter that you might have seen back in the day. I feel like it's removed nowadays. It's not on the default UI, I don't think, but I could be wrong. Couldn't find it in the interface options. You can definitely enable it probably with a text command. But basically numbers used to like appear over your character. I don't know if any of you guys still have that or still play with that, but it's not good in my opinion. It just provides too much clutter. So moving your health bar in allows you to see your health a lot easier, so you don't need something like that. And just having the DR tracker sit above your health makes sense to me. And having the DRs above the target frame, it's just all right there, really neat and tidy. And it doesn't really provide a lot of clutter, which is what we're going for. On top of this, I like to use an add-on called MoveAnything, and basically what MoveAnything does is, yeah, you can right click and you can move stuff nowadays, which is really nice, but if you have MoveAnything, it'll pretty much remember what it is. So if you play multiple characters, you know, you want to make sure your UI is all in the exact same spot, like I do. I really like to do that. If things are even a little bit off, it feels weird to me. So basically, if you have MoveAnything, you switch your UI around one time, it's going to save it, and then when you log into your other characters, everything's going to all be the same. And it's a great add-on too, because you can use it to resize things that are already within the game. For example, as you see up in the top right here, I've resized my buffs. I believe this is to 1.3. If we just open up MoveAnything here, I'm just going to have to sift through it real quick and find the buffs. Yeah, buffs default right here. You just click on it, brings up a bunch of options, and essentially you can rescale it. So I have a scale set to 1.3. You just drag this to however big you want, and it's gonna see it'll change the size of it. You can even type in here, I'm pretty sure, and there you go. Then if you close that out, it's gonna be like that on all your characters, real neat and tidy. And you just make sure that when you're done editing it, you just like uncheck the thing you were on and close out of it. Should be good to go there. And then on top of this too, along with MoveAnything, I was going to mention, let's see here, something to go along with that thought process. Right, I was talking about combat text. I still use an add-on called Mix, ScrollingBattleText, or MIK, whatever. And basically the reason why I do this is because I like to see, you guys have probably seen it in a lot of my videos. If I get in combat, it shows me when I'm in combat. The other things I like to do is it'll show you when I have 5 combo points. You can set a custom message if you want. There's no reason why I need that, as I can see my combo points clearly right here. But in my opinion, it's just, you know, I can see it clearly when I'm in and out of combat. You'll also notice I've made them different colors. So in my head now, I see, you know, I see the red message, I know I'm in combat. I see blue, I know I'm out. The other thing too is that I can see my stealth key right here, which will obviously highlight too when I leave combat, but it's sometimes not enough of an indication. There's times when you're sitting in a polymorph or whatever, and a mage will resheep you and you'll get dispelled, and you actually won't re-enter combat for that because sheep doesn't extend combat. And having an add-on like that to do that can be really, really useful. So basically, if you open up, or if I open up the profile for this add-on here, I've turned off just about everything except for notification. And then so you go through and you go to events, and you go to notifications, and you just turn on the things you want. You don't want to turn on everything because it's too much clutter, it's too much spam on your screen. So you'll see I have enter leave combat. You can click on it, you can change the colors. You'll see right here. And then I have things like, you know, full arcane charges, full combo points. You can enter custom message by clicking on the A here. And then I have like killing blows as well. It's fun. It actually works with a killing blow announcer add-on that I made a long time ago as well. It's kind of fun. But other than that, that's all I really use this add-on for. Pretty much just enter leave combat. Alright, let's see here. Also for I've recently switched, very recently, within the last few hours, swapped off of recount and got details. For PvE mostly, I mean, you can, you know, you don't really need it in PvP, but it's cool to see a damage breakdown of things that happen. Provides a lot of information, a lot better than recount, and the general theme of it is really nice. Pretty sleek, doesn't really stand out like a sore thumb on your UI, which is pretty cool. And if for anybody who's new to this add-on, the simple thing that's pretty good to know, if you want to close it, you can just basically, you can toggle it. So it used to be recount, yeah, details, toggle, it'll send it away, /details space toggle, and it brings it back up again if you need to hide it for some reason. And also moving into the next add-on, I have QUARTZ as well. Now QUARTZ, there's really no purpose to have this as a rogue, but for you guys that play casters, it's really useful. I only really use this for the main CASTBAR, just to keep things simple. So I've turned it off on every other thing except for player. And the reason why I like it on that is I'm just going to hop over to a caster real quick that can take advantage of this. Alright, so here we are on the mage, and this is the reason I have QUARTZ. It's just really kind of useful and neat. When you use Ray of Frost or Mind Flay or Drain Life, you can actually see each individual tick on the CASTBAR, which I think is pretty cool. And then in addition to that, I have the global cooldown as well on a little bar as well. It's not needed by any means, but I definitely do like it as a part of my UI. It doesn't really add much clutter. And it kind of fits the theme in my opinion, so I do use that. Other than this, I use OmniCC, and we're gonna hop back to the rogue here and talk about that one. Alright, the last couple add-ons, I think I use OmniCC, which is actually just a timer, as you see here on my sprint cooldown. Now there is an in-game option, interface, action bars, show numbers for cooldowns, and you can use that. There's really nothing wrong with it, but the font of the OmniCC add-on is a lot more bold, and I like it better. And I think the last thing I use, I got Trophy GCD for you guys to help you out on my videos. You know, you can see my globals down there. Just kind of keep track of the rotation. I don't personally really need it or use it for anything, but it is helpful for you guys, so I do keep it on. And then on top of that, the very last add-on I think that I haven't covered yet is going to be my Omni Bar, which is essentially, it just keeps track of interrupts. Now you don't really need this on a rogue, of course, but this is just a general guide to help all you guys out there in Arena. Very useful add-on. It's going to show you the kicks of the enemy when they're on cooldown, and it's going to, you know, if you can see that their kicks are on cooldown, it's going to give you more confidence to be able to cast your spells and stuff like that. I do like it on a rogue, though, just for the record, because it helps me kind of coordinate with my team and I know that they're going to be able to help me or get a crowd control out or something like that. And it's kind of an all-in-one add-on, because if you guys like this and you need this, I don't personally recommend it, but it is actually good. You can track other cooldowns with it as well. You can create a new bar, and you can go through and if we just click on, I can't remember what it's under now. Visibility spells right here. So you can go through and there's like the cooldowns of every single class in the game. If you want to track a certain thing, like you want to see Death Knight's like Death Grip ability, you know, you can just go check on Death Grip. Although lol, Death Knights, they're kind of weak right now. You don't really see those in Arena very often. Hopefully that changes, but that's not the point here. You can track all different kinds of cooldowns. Defensive, you wanna create a different bar and just show some defensive cooldowns down there. Say you're a healer, you can help your team keep track of some defensive cooldowns. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Omni Bar is a perfect add-on for that. I think that pretty well covers it. That's pretty much everything in this video. The video's kind of running on at this point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to try and get some more rogue content up this coming week here. Hopefully the team's back and I get some games in. Get that rating back up there. But please like, comment, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys all next time.